Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Hey guys, what's up?
We're good.
How about you? How are you? What time is it there?
Great, I'm great. It's 11:17 p.m. for me.
Whoa. Thank you for adjusting your time for us, huh?
No worries. I can look at you guys. Wait, look.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Oh, you're here on the
Oh,
TV
here.
too.
Thanks for making time for us, Johnny. We're so excited to be with you at the MYX London, but we all felt that before we all see each other there, we thought it would be fun to get to know each other first. Since you're the one on the screen, you could be the one to ask us questions.
Sounds good. I've prepared a couple questions, so that's no worries for me. Okay, I need to get to know each one of you, so this one's for everybody. Do you guys have a memory of how you started as an artist, or just something from the early days that stands out to you?
Shocks, memory floss.
Who wants to go first?
Sige, ako talaga po my memory. No, I remember when I started as an artist, I just got out from reality show in PBB, which she won, by the way. Whoa! It's called My Big Brother. I think you're familiar with Big Brother, right?
I read your bio
Yes.
too.
Oh, okay. So I just got out and then I went to this show, Asap Natin To. I promised to myself, okay, after this reality show, I'm going to take pictures with all the artists I knew. And then I take pictures with all the artists I know like that. And then they perform and then I will perform too. So that's the time I know like, shucks, I'm an artist also. Yes. That's the time that it's me. Ano tayo ng it's sinking to me that that's the time it's sink in that wow, I'm an artist also.
Oh, that's cute.
Ikaw, Janine.
Professionally, I won from a singing contest here in the Philippines. But I'd like to think that I started as an artist when I was super young, and my dad would play his favorite artists like Queen and My Chemical Romance, and I really got into music and I got into writing. So I feel like I started ever since I was young. That's my story.
Aww.
Wait.
We all joined singing competitions, reality competitions. The both of them are champions. They're both just two of the most humble and most excellent artists you're gonna meet. And so I think I resonate a lot with what Janine said. I feel like my very first moment of gratitude when it comes to being an artist was, what do you call that when you're in a bar gig and then your name is on that?
It's not a bulletin board. Lapit na.
So like, as the list of performers they put,
It's the list of performers when like on 12 Monkeys. But this one was my very first gig, and usually I'm a front act. But this one, I was a headliner with the Lamars and with Morissette's husband now, Dave Lamar, and it's the first time that I ever saw my name on one of those, and I remember it was the very first time I ever felt like a legitimate artist. Wow, and now she's all over the world.
It's always crazy to see your name like up in lights or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But like every time you pull up to a venue and you see the little thing outside, I'm like, ooh, sick.
It feels like you will never forget the first time, and it will never.
Aww.
I feel like it'll just never sink in that you get to see your name in there. How about you, Johnny? Do you have a memory of how you started?
So I started on YouTube when I was 8 years old. I made like little cover videos with my sister. So that was like 5 years. I was just grinding YouTube with my sister, and so I have a lot of memories in there. I was like 8 or 10 or whatever, and she was like 15. So we always just looked like two little kids making a little home video. Yeah, now we have to get permits and shit. It sucks, but yeah, those were the good old days.
What was the best thing a fan did for you, Johnny?
I feel like the best thing that somebody could do for you is just just like showing up, and like for live stuff, like showing up ready to have a good time. That's all I need. All I want is for people to have a good time and come to the show, come to the MYX show looking to have a good time. That's all I need. Sometimes I'm like, why? I don't get it. I don't get why anybody else cares enough to come to my shows. I think I think I put on a pretty good show, but I don't know why all these people came. I don't know. It's just weird to me, but I appreciate it.
Because you're talented, and Moira said you're an amazing artist.
Okay, now I want to hear what has like you can choose one time or just whenever you perform. What's your favorite moment in a show?
Every time when I have that like confidence that helps me to like be in the moment and let the music take over me or the character take over me.
What champion ta?
And because that helps me to connect with the crowds too. Because in reality, I'm kind of like don't know how to interact with people.
That's not true.
No, at work, yes, it's switch A. But that every time after performance, I learned something. So
I have a question for Johnny. What do you love most about being Johnny Orlando?
ooh,
Who do I love most about being me? I like my tattoos. I think that's pretty. Nobody else has these bad boys. So I look in the mirror. I'm like, oh fuck, let's go.
Is there anything you want to say to the supporters of your music and your artistry and everything you've worked on so far?
I mean, you guys know this feeling. There's never enough. I could never say enough to describe how I truly feel. But if I had to condense it down, I mean, like it just means the world to me, you know. Being able to do music is something that when I started, it was just for fun. Like I had no intention of being an artist. It was something for me that was just. It felt like a life that was off limits, in a way. So being able to now do this every day, wake up and I can look at a guitar. That's all I need to do that day. That it's the best ever. So I just feel extremely fortunate. I have a question for Moira. Can you share how you write your songs? I've listened to your music. It's very good, very heartfelt. So I would like to know, how do you usually do it?
Well, I actually started writing songs when I was 12. I started writing not to release music or not to become an artist or anything. It was always like a form of like an outlet for me. And ever since, I've just been so privileged and so honored to be able to not just express. I feel like it never really changed for me. It still feels like such a privilege to me to be able to earn from something that I feel so mentally that feels so mentally healing and freeing for me. To be able to even collaborate with people and to write with people and to make music with like-minded people, it's just so great for me to be able to do that. So,
tas ngayon, ate, grabe, no? Such an honor.
Yeah, but now that they're on the topic of songwriting, Johnny, who were you thinking of when you were writing Someone Will Love You Better?
Well, actually, okay, so that song it's not my story. It was actually like just somebody I knew was telling me about this girl that they were talking to, or actually they were dating, and he was just at the point where he was like, I'm not happy anymore. I know I don't love this girl, but they've been dating for a while. You know, you can love somebody but not actively be in love, and I think that's kind of what it's all about. You know, respecting somebody enough to let them go and be loved by somebody who can really do it.
What's your favorite thing to do outside being an artist?
I really like golf. I've been getting into golf recently. Ages me a little bit, but it's okay. I think it's a good business skill, so I'm working on it. I I produce music. Oh, that's kind of still being an artist. I don't know. My whole life is artist. You know, you guys know exactly what I mean. Hey guys, okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Um, how do you guys keep your artistry intact amidst noise or like external factors, media, the whole social media, the whole thing?
Well, me, really nice question, by the way. I think me, it's very hard to do, to be honest to yourself with everything going on. But I think I get to keep my artistry intact because that's always been what I've been fighting for. Like ever since I was young, the way I sing and the way I write, I've always just wanted to be myself. Apart from the fact that I want to stay honest, I also have people who are willing to protect then who I really am. So I think that's why I get to keep it intact.
I think everyone of us like experience how to maintain yourself despite of what people think about you and what they want you to be. I still get affected, but at the end of the day, the main weapon I have is really prayer. It helps me. It's really God, and the peace in mentally and emotionally. It helps me to focus on the things that I can control and not the things that I can't control. And one of the things that I can't control is the approval of other people, because at the end of the day we can't be able to please everyone.
I think this is one of the things that's actually hard, and I think Johnny, you can resonate with this when I say it's actually really hard because as artists we basically wear our hearts on our sleeves. Like who we are, who they hear on our songs is basically what our hearts are trying to say. It's basically our most vulnerable selves. And usually it's like we want to keep our lives as private as we want, but then at the same time we want to be our most authentic selves when we present ourselves. And so there's this like really thin line. It's like it's just so hard to like dance on that line where you wanna not bleed to everybody, but at the same time you want to be authentic. And so there's just that really thin line in there. One of our artists here, her name's Vice. She basically just reminded me that at the end of the day it's my truth that will win in my head. And what I loved the most about what she said to me was this very line. She said, just because they're loud doesn't mean they're true. Most of the time they're just noise. And so I feel like to be able to protect our artistry and our hearts in general, we need to decipher which is noise and which is truth. And at the end of the day, to be able to protect our truth and our security and our mental being, we just need to know what the truth is, and we need to know how to protect it, how to block things out, and how to keep going without allowing anything to keep us from moving forward. Ate, ang ganda. Thank you for sharing.
I absolutely all three of you guys. Those were some absolute banger answers. Absolutely, like I feel like on social media especially, it's so easy to get wrapped up in what everybody else tells you to think. I know that you guys know what I mean when I say, like, sometimes I'll literally see something about myself on the internet and be like, is that true? Did I do that? Or, like, did I say that? There's always a lot of noise. But you guys are all great artists, and it takes a big person to be able to. You guys will be all right. We'll be all right.
We're so excited to meet you, Johnny, and it's such a privilege for all of us to be able to share the stage with you, and that's actually one of the things that we're most excited about, to be able to share the stage with such an amazing artist like you.
Oh, stop it. You crazy. You guys are sick. You guys are way better than me. I'm fired up to see you perform.
We can't even find our English words today. So don't even. There's 3 of us. But yeah, what are you most excited about for 1MX?
I think going back out to just going back out in general, you know, being on stage, playing a festival, playing in London, and of course hanging out with all you guys. I think I always have a hard time answering like, what's your favorite part gonna be? Because I'm just so excited to do the whole thing. Like I'm gonna have every second is gonna be, you know, something that I'm gonna look back on and cherish forever. So I just can't wait.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks for staying up for us, Johnny.
Yeah.
We'll see you in London.
Of course. Anything for you guys. See you soon.
See you, Johnny.
See you. Bye-bye.
Nandito si Johnny. Bye, Johnny. I didn't want to sa laptop. Bye, bye. Bye. See you again. Bye. Aray, uy.